When I think about stuff online that I come across that comes to mind about how it's changed with time, one of those things has definitely been meme compilations. Kind of like up and down and just not ever consistent. And one of the things that I have noticed is just how much of a takeover TikTok has turned meme compilations around. There's especially just straight TikTok stuff and cringe compilations because, like, where else are you going to get the most shared sources of these video forms of people doing this stuff to themselves, humiliating themselves and making themselves look a fool? But there's also just these ways it's been done where I'm just like, how do some people find this entertaining? So, personally, for me, there's some things that I don't find entertaining that aren't going to work if you're ever going to make a Memes For Acanuro compilation. So I'm going to go through examples of what I've seen in Memes For Andante. It's the most popular, in my experience, source for this compilation style. And I really want to make sure that I give off what I feel like doesn't really work to me. What I feel like is poor, what I feel like just doesn't make sense. Because I feel like sometimes I'm probably above some of this stuff, just thinking that it's not for me and I just don't understand it. And I'm just going to call out what I don't like. So here's your guide. The first thing I do not want to see is god dang streamer clips. Streamer clips are slop to me. If you put streamer clips in a meme compilation for somebody, like, dude, that's just poor to me. That doesn't even feel like it'll be entertaining. I don't even watch any people at all. And the fact that I don't know what the heck is going on in half of them or a lot of them just makes me feel like I don't I feel like it's just in the way of other stuff. I feel like it's just like you have to skip it because you just don't like you're like who was this for if it's not for me, you know? To me, I just think this is just all like just total slop whenever it comes to that. It just feels like I wouldn't understand it at all. A lot of the time I'm like I'm not laughing. And it's just real dumb. I'm like, why? Who enjoys seeing these things where it seems like there's some goofball stuff, but it's like not even like you're not in tune with it, so you wouldn't understand it from the get go. That's just what I see in it, and it just feels like a waste of space in these places. So that's what I don't like. For one thing to start off with is just putting I don't know what you think is funny streamer clips. I don't like streamer clips at all, so don't even try. Now I'm going to be playing some examples. And what I'm going to be playing is some things that just seem unfunny to me. You're going to probably hear Dante laughing at this, and I'm like, how is this even like funny? Like there's this specific stuff where I don't watch TikTok and I see this stuff, and then I'm freaking like people like this, you know? Like I question it for real.
Get in there and our server's a clanker. We're leaving. I don't know why your mother insists on coming somewhere swarming with tin skins. Tin skins everywhere. You two are not to hang out with
Some people are a little too good at this.
And it's just the format. It's just the pace. It's just how they edit on TikTok. I don't get it, and I don't like it either. I don't click with it because I never really gotten into that. I never digested that stuff. So whenever I see like, oh, I'm gonna be able to answer these language, like I don't even want to. Who's that for? That's not for me. You know, that's freaking. That's the most unfunny thing I've ever seen. Like the filter, voice filter, the slow down, I don't know, speech, this and that. That's so stupid. I don't feel like I would like this stuff just because it's not even what I would even like be used to, since I'm not used to it and since I've watched completely different stuff. A lot of the TikTok humor or a lot of the TikTok editing that goes into the butt of the joke, it just looks stupid and I just don't like it. I feel like it looks like I'm gonna turn it off out of being bored, is what I think. Now we have an example of what else you shouldn't do. You should not add overly long clips. And I'm gonna show you what's an overly long clip.
Peace out, man. Good hang, man. Later. All right, man. See you later. All right, see you, babe.
Whoa, what the fuck?
What?
Let's just wait and see how
You
long
guys
it
just
is.
fucking kiss?
Yeah? Why?
You guys always kiss when you say goodbye?
Yeah, it's just a thing.
We do that. It's just something we do.
Why?
Already,
What?
look how this is extending past, like, I don't know, your average TikTok skit that just has
Are
a
you guys, like,
caption
gay?
over it. I mean, look at the slow pace. Look at how it has the pace of like, or like the style of a scene that's taken out of like Always Sunny and put into a meme compilation. This kind of stuff just feels like it doesn't make any sense to be in here. Like when you have super long stuff, I know it's like an Instagram skit, so I'm like, maybe, you know, you see stuff and you're like, it's just drawn out and it's different for once. I don't want to see overly drawn out clips. That is just too long. That is just like when it's a skit and then skits are just like drawn out. I don't want to see a drawn out ass skit. That's not even what I want to see. Like, and here's another drawn out ass skit.
Someone's in here. Someone's in here.
My bad, is someone in there?
Yes, someone is in here.
Who's in there? Tommy?
And
No.
I'm already
Tommy?
thinking, even when it's drawn out, this ain't even funny. This is just lame. Like, I don't know. I don't see the appeal. Maybe it's because of like how it's done, you know, a different style, but I don't see the appeal if it's drawn out in the first place. Not only that, it's not even, it doesn't even seem like it's catching my attention in a style of humor from the start. I don't even like that either. That's just dumb. I know I'm probably repeating myself with wording maybe, but it's just because I don't get it. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, why would it be this drawn out? You know, it doesn't feel like it makes any sense. Now, here's another thing. In these compilations of Dante's, there's some clips randomly spread in of like just stuff, something that he would enjoy out of a fandom of his. So specifically in Dante's compilations, there's just random TikTok skits related to Harry Potter. And I'm just thinking that when you put in stuff based on specific fandom stuff, where not everybody who tunes into it for themselves is going to get it and probably just skip past the clip, that's when I feel like it shouldn't even be brought in at all. Because, like, if you're going to put something in from something that I probably enjoy, I don't want to see it like that, because I know that's what the source of the title of the comp is supposed to be about. But when it comes to like something that can be brought around to like the person's own interest, but also their whole audience, it's like you want their audience to get it too. You want the audience to be on stuff too. So I don't want to make stuff be super specifically, you know, stitched in and all that, because it doesn't even feel like it makes any sense to make it so put together. Like, imagine if it was like a JJK fan and they were the streamer, and then the streamer's meme comps that someone makes for the streamer have just all these like littered in JJK related like skits and stuff from TikTok. That's kind of oversaturating it. That's oversaturating the whole joke and stuff. And I'm not even in that specific anime interest. I don't check out a lot of shonen stuff anyways. So it's just how it seems to me, because it doesn't even make any sense to really like lay it out that way. I'm giving y'all the digest of how you feel. I feel you should lay out stuff if you're even gonna do like decent video editing at all, to put skills into this and make this somewhat, you know, of an impressive kind of like video style, at least for what you're going to do for somebody dedicated in that way, especially just doing it for anybody that you admire, if it is me or if it is someone in the future. That's just how I see it. Now, here's what you can do. Here's what I like to see. you can actually do shorter skits. And I know I don't have a lot of it, but you could do shorter skits like Trey Vags. I really enjoy Trey Vags because his skits aren't long. His skits are up to 2-3 minutes. They're not supposed to be like relatable skits where relatable scenarios all the time. But I like how he forms it around like either 2 characters or more. And it's kind of also like RDC World where some stuff is set up and then it has like a scenario that's set up for the skit, but it's like it doesn't have to be relatable. It just has to be like something that a lot of people are going to understand the context or like the style of how it's going. That's just how I see it. I know there's not a lot I'm showing off that I approve of, it's barely anything, but it gives you an idea that most of the stuff I don't want to see that's lame is lame for a reason. Most of the stuff that's boring to me is boring for a reason. Most of the stuff that is just like takes me out of the what do you call humor, it's like that because I'm just not a TikTok person. And I know that TikTok is the main source nowadays for where you put together these things. Instagram is lacking. Instagram is dying. Twitter probably doesn't have a lot of memes nowadays and what people do share. But it's not like, oh, I have to submit to TikTok just because TikTok has most of the content or that's where most of the content is sourced from. It's also the fact that if you're gonna send stuff through TikTok, make it smart. Be smart about it. Don't be don't be sending and putting stuff together that's gonna be completely obnoxious. Because some stuff just doesn't make any sense to me in what I see in this style in Dante's compilations, and I'm like thinking, oh, like I want to click off. Because that's just how I feel. And it's just because I am more of a YouTube person and less of a TikTok person. Because I completely got away from TikTok and I don't even really consume it. And so I don't fully know the full extent of just how elaborate and how like stylistic the actual skits are on there. Heck, I made some myself that I can even show off right now that I think are actually good from what I would enjoy, Let me play those now.
Fuck this shit.
But with that said, I'm just saying you should be smart about it. You should really take into thinking like, this seems like it'll be, catching everybody's eyes or catching everybody's enjoyment. Like, think about how engagement goes with like the first few seconds in, because it's just how it seems to me of like something that makes sense to me. If I'm zoned out of TikTok, make it make sense to everybody. People who don't even use TikTok like me. But I want it to be actually funny to where everybody likes what it has when they don't all consume short form content and in some places of social media and probably not even really touching social media like that for real. So that's how I want you to entertain me. And that's how I want you to go about this, especially with how I feel some things need to be revived in the humor of these compilations nowadays, with meme compilations, and just how they're going, and just how I want to see some revitalized things in this that make it feel like I gained some energy from them in a way. But let me know in the comments what you think about all this, and feel free to leave suggestions for what you think I should cover in another Clear. If you're new here, sub to the channel, follow the Twitch, and be sure to become a larger part of the community by joining the Discord. Thank you for enjoying this episode of ACN Clear, and until the next one, ACN, we up.